finally I'm able to complete ServiceNow Fluent Assistant. And what this assistant does, so it is fine-tuned Llama 3 version, and it can create a table, generate client scripts, create business rules, and add records to the table. And using ServiceNow Fluent language, and then we can just copy it and create it directly in the system. And once I created this, so once I send this request, so basically, as you can see, it created a table with the name, and it is extending task, which was optional, but it did that. So, and it created a schema. So schema has a reference column and a string column and a boolean column. So literally it is just saying that. And it has created the record, and everything is in a character for incident table. And this is what we wanted. So we wanted it to create the schemas correctly so that we can simply put it on a TypeScript file and then build it directly. That is the further automation that I have not done, but this it is doing perfectly. Now behind the scene, what is happening, just to give you a little bit information. So suppose if I clear it and say that create a business rule to auto assign incidents, it is sending a request to so I've created an API. It is calling an API, and this API is deployed on lightning.ai, and it sent this request, and now as you can see, it is generating all the code and business rule and all the functions and everything is present over here. But the main important thing is there are two things. So it is calling this model which is deployed on Hugging Face, and it is using GPU. Yeah, it already completed, so we must have got the response over here, as you can see. And it also gave the explanation because I used 60 examples to fine-tune this data, so it hallucinates, it gives extra information, but so far the syntax that it is giving is good. And let me show you the model. So if you want to use this model, I'm going to share this this code, Python code, so that you can also, if you want to, you can also just run this, but you will need a GPU. So GPU is needed. And this is the Hugging Face model, SN Fluent Llama 3, and as you can see, it is made with Unsloth. This is the fine-tuned model that I have fine-tuned, Llama 3 8B Instruct. And Unsloth is very helpful, and it can train the model very quickly. So that's why I used Unsloth. It is very recommended. Now the thing is, there are two GitHub repositories that I'm going to share. One is for the API. So if you want to use this model, you can simply use this much code and this one. So basically fast language model, you can call this model from here and then use this to generate the data, this much. And if you want to create an API as I created, so you can use the whole thing. Another is the Gradio. So I used so let me just, so I have the Gradio app that I have created, the chat app. If you want to use that as well, then it is available over here, and this is the API that I'm calling, that lightning.ai. But so it is publicly available, but I won't recommend because I keep it off because my GPU will be like, my GPU charges will go, so I have not deployed it for everyone. So yeah, you can replace it with your API if you are running on the backend or locally. Yeah, so that is all. Please let me know if you have any questions. One thing I also wanted to share is So ServiceNow has also released some agents which are called tape agents. Um, so and if you want to like look at it, uh, so there is a GitHub repository for ServiceNow tape agents. You can go and check that. It's pretty good.